Hi, my name is Robert Yang. I'm from the Faculty of Design and Creative Technologies. I'm in Department of Electrical Electronics Engineering. My supervisors are Dr. John Collins, Mark Backleg, and Professor Tek-Ting Lee. My research topic is the use of video to detect and count pollen sacs on flying honeybees entering a hive. In this presentation, I just give some introduction of my research and then talking about my equipment background, how to collect data. After that, the most important thing is the methodology and the results. I want to show you that. Firstly, this research is just the idea is coming from the beekeepers. So they focus on the bee health, so they really care about the forage, bee have enough forage or not. So most of them, the normal idea is they visit the beehive and open the beehive to see the situation inside. So that's the problem for them, inconvenient, because I know a person who have 700 beehives and he hire many people and they go into the hive and even very busy, even especially in the harvest season. See, so I just think about if I can create a system that I can count how many pollen go into the hive, and beekeepers they can know the forage and without visiting the hive or open the hive. See, so that's the idea coming, and my research is already in third year. I hope I can submit my thesis within next few months. So, and firstly, I will show something about the data collecting in here. That's the beehive. I set up a camera in here, and this camera will face down to monitoring bees flying here. And I have a single color background down here to simplify the video background. Therefore, easier for the research to detect bees. And I have a two background color. One is white, one is green. Yeah, and the video resolution is 9020 times 1080 because the lower resolution is really hard to observe the pollen on the leg of flying bees. You see, so I'm recording every 2 minutes video in every half hour. So this camera will go through the whole day, and I can get video from different times with different brightness and see that it works or not. Once I got the video, I will use the video, analyze the video in the computer, and then I will develop an automatic system for pollen detection and counting. Yeah, that's the background. And then this methodology, what I think about is pollen is still very hard to observe because it's really small. Even I use this resolution is high. So I think about detect bee firstly, and then I can looking for the pollen on the bee image. You see, so I detect bees use two features. One is the movement. One is this color. The movement sometimes we can in some of the video you can see the bees are flying, and also their shadows also move on the background. So the color can help to filter out these things, and also the color can detect some of the noise, background noise here, but the movement can filter out these things. So in here I show the result with a boundary image. Boundary image as a black color is a background, and white will show the bees. I call these white colors are blobs, and because they are bees blobs, so I call them bees blobs. And also, if you can see, I draw a rectangle around bee's body, and that can show the bee detection. So I call this rectangle bounding box. So remember this blob and bounding box. I will talking about that later. So that's the bee detection. And once I detect bees, I can crop out this bees image with a single bee, individual bee, small image. On this image, I can try to detect pollen. So I crop this bees image and I also crop this blob image. So this blob image can help to remove the other leaf backgrounds. So this green thing, because I have this time I use a green background. So, and also I analyze this bee blob and can get some of the parameters as elliptical parameters. Then I can draw an ellipse, and this ellipse can help to mark bee's main body, because the bee main body is really elliptical shape. So I remove this main body also. I have other stuff outside and the pollen. Then I think about use a color to filter out other things. Is I have a look at the video. The pollen only have a red and yellow or maybe white color. So I use these three colors to keep the pollen. You see that this one filter out more better, so I can see the pollen clearly. But in here, you can see that I detect pollen, but pollen is still have other noise. For the computer, it's a little bit hard to tell them for which one is pollen and which one is noise sometimes. See, so I was thinking about how to identify which one is pollen, and then I go through the 5 features. One is area, so the blob area probably different from some of the noise area. That's really small, and also the size ratio. That's a pollen blob size ratio, and also next one is a position. So pollen probably beside the bee's body, probably not on the head, not on the tail. Then the orientation is blob orientation. So I check the blob of pollen and blob of bee. That's this blob of bee. Then I can compare the orientation of them and see how things are going. And the last one, the extent, a little bit hard to explain. That's something like I can have the pollen blob, then I can draw a bounding box around this blob. So the extent is the area of the pollen and divide by the area of the bounding box. So if you can see the noise in here, the bounding box probably here, and the area bounding box probably bigger than this noise. But for the pollen, it's probably same. See, that's the 5 features I use. And then I just collect 1,500 frames in here. The problem is video is a frame floor. So I collect these in 1,500 frames. There are about 30-second video. And in the year, we got 32 bees have a pollen. And these 32 bees I collect with around 500 images. I calculate all these 5 features in these 500 images and calculate the mean value and variance and try to find thresholds and use these thresholds to identify the pollen. That's the way. And then the problem is, next thing is when I got bee has a pollen, and during maybe 1 second later, this bee is still on the video, but are they same bee? And how can I count the pollen? Then I was thinking about tracking the bees. If I can tracking the bees, I can, once I got a bee has a pollen, I can tracking this bee until this bee disappear. Then I can count the pollen, you see. So I tracking bees go through a common filter, can predict the positions, and I also have a detection. So I can use the prediction detection, combine them, and to identify same bee. That's the way to do the tracking. So that's the whole system I have. The video frame is inputs, and then detect bees, detect pollen sacs, identify pollen, track bees. The final one is count pollen sacs. I'm going to show you this video here. Yeah, so in this video, I use the bounding box around bees to show the detection, and all the colorful lines is to show my system tracking the bees, the trajectory. Once the bee got the pollen, my system finally I will give a purple mark in here. So and then I have here is a boundary, if you can see. I mean a purple line. This boundary I use to count pollen going to the hive. Once it be past this boundary, I suppose this bee going to the hive, and I can count one, so I can count how many pollen going to the hive is this way. That's video results. And after that, I'll show you some. I go through several videos to show you these results. I use this way. I use this as statistical thing to do the evaluation. I have two situations of exactly bee has pollen or not, and then I have two situations of my system detect pollen or not. The true positive and the true negative, they are the correct thing, and the false negative and the false positive, they are incorrect. In here, we can see before I use a white background color, and later on I use green background color. And you can see the sensitivity in here. The green one is much better than white one. The reason is many bees, they have a white color pollen. They bring white color pollen in. And the problem is with white background, it's hard to detect the white pollen. See, that's a hard thing. So that's why the sensitivity is very low. And the true negative thing is I've shown here, you can see there are huge group doesn't have pollen. And I'm just looking for some certain of small group of bees, even in the harvest season. FDR is something like, in this part, it's a show my system will get how many pollen go into the hive. And this one will show you so how much of the number are mistakes. So I got a mistake very high in here and mistake very low in green. See? Another result is a model with two methods. First one, because I use a white color background, so I only use orange and black colors for bees, for bee detection, and use a feature of area, size, orientation, position. Okay, and then this the model B, I add one more color, it's a white color, and then I remove the orientation things and add the blob extent to do more, and then I can compare these two things. We can see the FDR is a little bit higher in the method B, but method B got a much bigger, much significantly improved the sensitivity. So that's I think my research grow up. You see that's a result improvement, and I think about working on this part because I got a false positive twice than the model, the method A. And someone told me this is a statistical things can help me to find the best feature thresholds, but lack of that knowledge. I was thinking about if I have time, I will working on this part more and see how things going. Yeah, that's my whole research. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Robert. Any questions from the audience here?
I just have a question. Thank you for your presentation. Could you please explain a little bit about the significance of your study and how your study is going to help beekeepers?
I have a friend. He has a lot of beehives. Now every time he's just try to check the bee has enough forage or not. You see, so then when he wants to do that, he visits the hive and open that, and so when he open that, he need to wear special clothes. I can't tell you. I don't know the English name, but they wear that and open that. All the bees fly around. It's really dangerous. You see, but if my research can help them, like I have a camera just set up on the hive, and then I can count how many pollen going into the hive, so they will know how many approximately number of how many pollen going into the hive. They may got an approximate idea, so these bees has enough forage or not. See.
I also wanted to ask something. Do cameras, have you checked if cameras affect bee behavior? Do they behave different when you set up cameras as opposed to the ones where don't have cameras?
The beekeepers tell me something that the camera is affect the bees only when the camera really change the temperature. So I use the camera very small, But we found a little bit affection is if I set up the camera maybe 2 hours and recording the video 2 hours, the camera go to hot, and many bees go to very active, and then they check. Some of the bees they check them, they fly around to check the camera. But later on they said, can you set up the camera that's wait for 1 or 2 hours, and bees may adapt that, bees may receive that, and then they can recording. So that's why I think about I recording 2 minute videos every half hour. So I can use the controller to control this camera. I turn on the camera, recording 2 minutes video, and then turn off the camera, and then wait for half hours later, the camera will already cool down, and then give 2 minute video again. See, so that's somebody helped me to make this controller to control the camera. So that won't affect a lot of bees' behavior.
Do you think this method will be beneficial for future research of bee behavior or other aspects of bee life, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. My supervisor gave me a message. Some of the people in Auckland Uni, they do some research about the bees affection, bees behavior on a bottle. They need a camera to recording. They need a camera to recording the bees flying. Yeah. So I think if they know that, maybe my research can help them tracking bees at that time. Yeah.
Right. Do we have any more questions to Robert? All right, Robert. Thank you very much.